Hey guys, how's it going? At the time of this recording, it is probably 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock, somewhere in there. I didn't look. I got a fire going. I was going to go out and go hunting this morning, not feeling up to it. Can't get too far from the bathroom right now, so going out in the woods is probably not going to happen. I finished up some other saws last night. I got a 310 that I got to see why it won't start yet. Had a buddy stop by and picked up his 500, and he dropped off a brand new 400 and a 201 to do. Looking forward to that. I'll have to build them. Well, the 201 I'll build like I normally do because they're not that loud anyway, but he runs a tree service and he doesn't like loud saws, so muffler mods don't get real aggressive on them. But I'll do my standard work build in that 400, which is probably 40, 45, 50, somewhere in there out of the band. Depends on how the band cut goes. Sometimes I got to do a cleanup cut, and then it ends up about 45 or 50. I shoot for 40. A lot of times I end up about 45. And then I'll do 100 and 120. And I will only be enlarging the factory outlet for him. Should be really fun saw because I think he's only going to run an 18 on it for his tree service. He does a lot of tree climbing. I think that's what he wants to run on it. And I think he's only going to run a 24 on that 500. But I'm waiting for the cylinder to show up for that 395. Amish folks, 395 there. I'll do both of them. That one's play, that one's work. I still got to run and box that 500i up yet. And then what do I got here? I wanted to take a break from other stuff. I thought everything came in for this, but I was seriously mistaken. I don't have a card kit. I haven't even touched this yet. This is how I'm missing the other half of the air filter, but I couldn't find a card kit on eBay. I looked. This one's got a Walbro in it. I looked, and I've got a whole carburetor with the air filter and fuel line and all that stuff coming. I'm gonna clean that up, and we'll see if we can. I'll take a peek inside it, and we'll see if we can use that carburetor. If not, I've got a new one on the way. And then it's missing one of these snaps. Unfortunately, it's going to get the Husqvarna colored ones because I can't find the jonsred ones. But I knocked the bearings out of this and started cleaning this up, I don't know, a few weeks back. And then started cleaning up again. But I want to give a huge shout out to Ryan at Wolf Creek Saw Shop. He makes a lot of my builds possible. Super awesome guy to deal with. I don't get any kickbacks or any, like I'll promote them. I like promoting stuff that I use, and I use Ryan quite a bit. I like his gaskets. I like his bearings. I like his seals. For certain applications, I like his cylinders that he offers. He sent us a Meteor, and it's been quite a while since I used a Meteor, but it looks really nice. This is a replacement for 353, I think, but it's closed loop, designed just like the old school 346. Now, I'd like to keep this saw as OEM as I can, so this is my last OEM 346 piston and cylinder combo. This one I'm going to use on that 2150 build I got coming up. Let me pause it for a second. No, I couldn't find it. I was looking for another piston and cylinder to show you. This 2149 came with the 44 millimeter open port. I think we're going to use this on the slut saw build because I got a pile of parts down there, and I think I got a pile of parts in the shed, and whatever I'm missing on that we'll either get from Ryan, or if he doesn't have it, we'll get it off eBay. But I did get here's the new gasket we got from Ryan. But Ryan's super awesome to deal with. What's nice, I feel he's pretty knowledgeable in the saw world. If you tell him a certain model saw, he pretty much knows what will cross-reference with it. It really makes it nice when you're trying to order stuff. I've got a couple local shops that I could order from, but it's a huge pain in the butt. With Ryan, it's just good people. I can email them up and get 99% of the time I can get exactly what I need. I think I asked for a card kit on this one, and I think he said they're on back order. So that's another thing too. If that does need a carb kit, whenever they come in, I can get one from them and swap that carb out later on. But I don't have all my parts, so this won't get put together all today. But my goal today is to at least get the bottom end buttoned up so I don't lose anything. And I think now when I run these 346 cylinders on the 350s, I thin that web in there and do a little reshaping in here, but I don't take these out big because this matches up perfect to the block. It's a perfect transition to the block on the 350. So for the compromise transfers, I just adjust with my blowdown with the transfer duration. The cases on these 346s, 2149s and stuff, there's a huge transition issue there. So typically, what do I do with the gasket here? Typically what I do on these, it's kind of like I do on the 4910s. I'll Sharpie this all out. I will scooch this port over, but kind of on an angle, and roll it in there, just to smooth the transition so there's not a weird hiccup in there. That really bugs me. I like a nice seamless flow. But yeah, so there's other online part stores I deal with too, but they don't seem to support the channel like Ryan does. Ryan is a huge help in the saw community, whether you're on the YouTube platform or just in the saw community as a general. He will really help you guys out. I'm pretty sure he stands by the stuff he sells too. I've never had an issue with anything that I've gotten from him. If I have, it was on my own accord because I did something stupid and screwed up on machining or something, which is my fault, not the part's fault. When you're doing chainsaw shenanigans, sometimes things happen. But yeah, I think I'm gonna work on getting things set up and around. This is a 6202. I didn't sleep very good last night, guys. I really enjoy them SKF bearings. I've never had a problem with them. I like the FAGs. Truth be told, I hate to admit it, but I've never had a problem with a Farmer Tech bearing either. And I've only got some of them Farmer Tech bearings in projects that are, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old now. Just absolutely silky smooth. Bearing. Seal. I believe somebody has put a seal. I knocked the seals out of this, but I probably could have left. It's damaged now, but I probably could have left this seal in it. I don't see anything wrong with it. It was soft and pliable. I believe somebody's changed it before. There's a little bit of wear compared to a new one, but if I'm going this far into it, I might as well just put all new in it. There's no sense in half-assing it. If it was like a repair, and I think this is an OEM bearing, made in France, BB1 3023. But it's proprietary. The seal is built into the bearing. I really don't like the fact that Husky does that. I'm going to save this little container for odds and ends. But, yeah, I'm going to probably use my knocker method, which this is a tool I made that rests on the outside of the bearing here. I'll heat that up and just drive them home. So, yeah, I got to get set up for that. Alrighty. I think I'll start by throwing the seal in. Use a little bit of this blue stuff. Just in case there's any this is non-hardening stuff, so if anything does get into the bearing or whatever, it won't hurt anything. It does get a little gooey. And I think for this, I will just use my knocker tool. Grab a whapper-doodle. Try to hold it as center as I can. Looks good enough for who it's for. So there's the brand new seal in there. And I'm going to, I got a squirt pumper with 2-stroke oil in it here somewhere. It's over here. I use that 2-stroke oil like when I'm drilling and cutting on the lathe too. Same oil I assemble the stuff with. And I like to typically, if I'm doing the knocker method, I like to warm the case up a little bit. I'm not right on my seal, And it goes better if I actually put that bearing in the freezer, but the old one's knocked out real easy. I suspect these will go in pretty easy. Still not used to this heat gun. I miss my old one. This one does the job though. It might not do the job anymore. It just fell down. So set this right there. She just went down. So now we're down. Spin smooth as butter. Now when you're doing that, you gotta be careful of this bridge right here. You don't want, so I straddled that just right. So now let's set this over here. And we gotta do the crank yet, so maybe I'll just leave this here. So same thing. I'm gonna lube this up. See if my heat gun still works. Feels like it. I think somebody's put bearings in this once before, because you can see where they've gotten it hot before. Trying to hurt the paint or coating or whatever that's on the inside of these. Maybe it had a bearing failure at one time. This will just set that right on the floor instead of dropping it. Make sure that we put the bearing in the right way. Just like that. And I mean, it's warm, but I can hold on to it, so I don't got to worry about it ruining that bearing seal that's in there. Here's the bearing side of it. This one's, hear that? It's horrendous sounding. If I recall, yeah, just absolutely. I think this one's got a bad one in it. I think it's feels like the bearing's going up and down. But yeah, now I washed the crank. Here's the crank. Goes like this. You always want to make sure you put these in the right way. So I'm going to lube this crank up. I'm going to pause you. I got to find my dead blow. This is probably going to be a long video. I like having clean tools when I'm doing internal critical engine work. But yeah, let's this is a steel cage bearing, so I can get a little aggressive with it. Still not trying to blow it directly on my seal. Speaking of that, before I do that, I want to oil up my seal too. Make sure this goes in the right way. Didn't quite have the bearing hot enough. This is not a very good dead ball. That wood stove is a cranking now. I've never heard a crank or seen one hurt with a dead blow by doing it that method. One, two, three, four, five, 6 screws. Hey, look at that. All right. Well, I washed these and I ultrasonic cleaned them, and they still have a bunch of gunk built up in them. So I'm going to clean the insides of them out over here. It's coming out in just powder. I like to oil up the gasket. I definitely don't think I'd want to bend this gasket. It feels pretty stiff. Looks like everything's lining up pretty good. Because this got this in and I ain't able to heat that up nowhere near as hot as I would like. Here's where the pull-through tool would be great. I don't know where it is at the moment. So, I'm going to heat it up. I'm going to start them screws and then I'll probably end up just gently nudging this together on the press. This is a plastic cage bearing material. I'm not going to smoke my bearing. That's about as warm as I dare get it. It won't slide on. But, sure it'll make it easier. I'll try the screw method, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I'll have to nudge it over. These are coarse thread, and I am not putting much effort on these at all. I'm sharing the load. There's no need in being a rush on this. Even if this bound up and locked up and you couldn't get it to go, you just take it back apart, use the case splitter, and second I feel resistance, I stop. It'll sound horrible, but it's just the case snuggins. That's how you can tell your case is moving too, because you'll come back and the bolt will be loose. Like that one. These are pretty good little saws. Very easy to work on. Before I get carried away, I like to can hear it change tones there. Spins free as a bird. And then here's where we'll do the German spec, speed and tight. Just like that, it's that simple. Now you got tools where you can pull the crank through. That's probably the absolute safest way. But I've done this method hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and I've had zero failures. Some say the crank will flex and distort. This crank flexes and distorts while it's running. If you don't think it does. I can't find video footage of it, but I have been lucky enough to see slow motion video of like big engines with cameras and stuff inside showing crank deflection, push rod deflection, valve deflection, valve spring oscillation, all kinds of stuff. This swinging around with weight on it at high RPMs, this crank is subject to so many different stresses. It's unreal. Even when you're flipping and flopping your saw around, you're subjecting it to different. I mean, you got a weight here. It's like grab a bicycle wheel and hold on to it and spin it, and then try to turn it around. You'll feel all kinds of forces and stuff on there. Same with the clutch. Back when I'd work on the old boat motors and stuff, we'd actually find cracked flywheels from the constant motion of the water with that flywheel spinning, where it flexes and stress cracks the flywheel, like on the old jonsreds, or the old Johnsons, I mean, Evinrude Johnsons, OMC. But yeah, I don't, I'm totally confident in how that went together, that it's not going to be an issue. Yep, just like that, thanks to Wolf Creek Saw Shop, I now have a functioning bottom end for this jonsred. So if I wanted to, I could get the wheel on there and actually start porting this right now. I don't know, I actually might start putting all the I swear that thing knows when I've got a camera rolling. I'll probably get this broken clip out. While I'm here, but I'll probably work on putting a lot of my other parts on here and get the gas tank and stuff all on it so it sits right. And I'll probably just leave the clutch off it so I can get my wheel on it. But yeah, I think I'm going to conclude that for this video. Like I say, how I do something, I never say it's the right way. I just show you guys how I'm doing it. If I felt that was too hard to do with the screws, I would have just built up a jig and gently pushed that together with a press, or I would have welded a nut inside of a pipe thing there or whatever and pulled the crank through it. You can build them tools. The hardest one is getting a left-handed nut, but if you got lots of dead part saws or whatever, you can you can build one out of the old clutch. But I just don't see a need for it. As gentle as I was tapping, I mean, this thing, you know, I'm hitting myself as hard as what I was hitting the crank with. This, it sinks in a good 1/4 inch when you're bopping it. This is really, really gentle. It's just one of them. I don't know if this is the Harbor Freight one or if it's one I picked up at one of the. I mean, this is just a little tiny 1 pound dead blow. You really, 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 you'll probably damage this dead blow before you damage that crankshaft. So, and I've done it before where ones I've had to get real aggressive with. I'll build a slide-in shim on this side of the crank so that it can't flex, and then you can get all sorts of crazy with it on the press. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. You guys take it easy, have a good one, and try to enjoy life.